What's happening? This is the Tap In podcast. We are live inside of the Tap In studio. Man, this is going to be a dope ass show. I got two special guests in here with me today. Miss Abena. Miss Abena is a doula, right?
Yes.
Okay, is a doula. She going to be spreading the doula-isms on me. And I got my homeboy out here from all the way from my Detroit players, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
By way of L.A., my nigga Kevin Tate is in the building. What's happening,
and
baby?
You do know that, Donte.
You
What
know
up, baby?
What I'm saying? What's good, boy?
I had to do it. You know I
what
had
I'm
to
saying?
pull up. It's 200 degrees in this motherfucker, man. But I'm here, bro.
Yes, sir,
You know
man.
I had to do it, man. I had to pull up, man. It's
Man,
good
I
to be
appreciate y'all, man. Both of y'all.
here. Of course.
All right, so I wanna get started first because I'm most interested in Abena's profession. Now, you are a doula, right?
Right.
Now, explain exactly what is a doula.
A doula is someone who supports a family before, during, and after pregnancy. And that is going to be non-medical. So people still confuse it with a doctor or a midwife. We're not a doctor. We're not a midwife. We're not an OB. We support women emotionally, physically, giving her information and resources to help her have the best birth outcome.
Okay. So I'm just trying to understand exactly what that looks like. It's just emotional support.
Physical support, actually with her during the birth and after the birth to help her during her postpartum period. So it's kind of like we wear many hats. We're pretty much like the best friend. We're kind of like we can be the security to make sure that, you know, no one comes into the room that she doesn't want. She creates a birth plan, and that's, you know, we make sure that what she wants that's what happens.
Okay. And I was asking, because I talked to my wife about this, and I was like, why was the doula important, or where does that stem from? Where does that come from?
It's cultural. It's something that
Is that in the black culture?
Of course.
Or is this okay?
Yeah.
So white
course.
people don't have doulas.
Oh no, they definitely have doulas.
Oh, okay.
White people already know what doulas are. I just went to a car dealership yesterday, and the car salesman asked me what was my profession, and I told him doula. He instantly knew what it was and said I could even get a discount because we have a national provider ID number. The same thing that doctors have and nurses have, but we're not doctors and we're not nurses. Like, we can't check blood pressure, we can't do pelvic exams, we can't prescribe medicine, but we're there to help her. Okay, let's just say your wife gets a pregnancy test. Mm-hmm. We can help her find the right doctor. We can help her with labor poses, with yoga, with walking, helping her prepare for the birth.
Okay. Because the only time I heard about doulas is when Erykah Badu said that she was gonna be what's her name? Dang, what's the girl name? Tiana Taylor's doula.
Right.
And I was like, why is a doula? And then I started looking into it, and they were saying something about where black woman is more likely to die during birth, and so the doula is there to, I guess, to make sure everything go right.
Yes. So the numbers are correct. They say that black women die 3 to 4 times more likely than white women. It's actually more than that in certain states, in certain areas like Mississippi, New York, even Texas is named to be one of the worst places to give birth. It's really a deep issue, and it mainly stems from medical racism. It really is. Just like I saw a meme that says that doctors are to black women what police are to black men.
Wow.
So
Do you mind repeating that?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so doctors are to black women what police are to black men.
What?
So we are instantly afraid. A lot of women, they'll get a doula as their saving grace, but a doula is not your end all. You have to actually do the work. Like, the mother has to put in the research. She has to make sure that she's eating right. You know, so with the and we have a high infant mortality rate. So our babies are dying more than other races as well, and it's actually worse in the United States than it is in so-called third world countries. So there's different countries who have increased their mortality, well, they are living and surviving more than us in here with the specialized doctors, all the insurance. You know, we got Medicaid with the specialized, the fancy hospitals, all of this medication, all this high-tech equipment. And it doesn't matter if you're on Medicaid or if you're highly educated, you still, it can affect you.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. And I know Kev, he got the Zodiac show that he does on his Instagram.
Yes.
Kevin Tate is on Instagram if y'all don't know. Is this one of the topics y'all should have? Y'all have on your show, man?
I don't know how many people would be versed, how many people would really know like what the fuck, like what that is.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting to hear you say that too, because I'm thinking like sound like a midwife or some sort.
Birth assistant. We assist the midwives.
Y'all assist the midwives.
Yes.
See, I don't know how many people will be versed on that. It's actually hilarious to me, the whole idea of it. You know, I'm like, but it's dope, and I respect it, so I only want to speak up. But hustling, like, that's hustling. Like, you having a baby? I can help you with the blankets.
Yeah.
The blankets? How much do blankets cost?
And I was asking my wife, I was like, so if the doula is there, what job does the man play in doing something? Like, what is his job if the doula is making sure that emotionally she's good, spiritually she's good, and making sure people are out the room? What part does the man play in this?
The man, we actually protect the man too and make sure that he has the experience that he wants to have. So he doesn't have to worry about, because I mean, we do kind of have to play security, because there's just so much that go on in the hospital. And
it does, because me and wife just had a baby too. So
congrats on that,
yeah,
dog.
appreciate
I didn't know
it.
that.
We just had a little girl. So, and I guess, and the part that I didn't like is when they took my wife in the other room, in I guess the operating room, to have the baby, and they was going to give her what is it, the anesthesia stuff? Epidural. They was going to give her that. They was like, yeah, you stay in the other room. I was like, nah, I want to come see what y'all doing. They was like, no, you can't. I was like, what the fuck? And then like 5 minutes later, then they brought me in. But I'm like, they could have been doing something to my wife that I didn't get to see. So I'm like, if they keeping me out, wouldn't they do the same thing to a doula? Wouldn't they keep her out too?
That's a thin line. I personally don't like working in hospitals, and I know that's where we are needed the most.
They be hating on y'all.
Yeah, it can tend to be a war, because I've almost gotten into fights with doctors over them taking away the mother's rights. So the big thing is the placenta. So a lot of women want to keep their placenta, whether they want to do placenta encapsulation, lotus births, or different things like that. So immediately after the baby is born, they cut the cord and they take the stem cells, and that's used for certain things too. And they also want to get the placenta. The placenta is used for things. And
can we have kept that? Can we have kept that placenta?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to see what the hospital policies are. Yeah. Now they're seeing that it's getting more women are wanting their placentas, and they know that they can use that and make a lot of money off of it. Placentas are used, and they were even talking about foreskin being used in creams, in face creams. So the placenta is used in different bodily body creams. What? Also, it can be, eating, it has nutrients and stuff in it. So like we have, as doulas, like, we have to like make sure, okay, what she wants is what she gets, whether she's medicated or not. The woman, even if she's natural and she doesn't go into get any drugs, she's still in a euphoria, like another state, to where she can't really see what's going on. Yeah. And she's just like, the white coats come in, and you just do whatever they say. So that's where the doula, that's why it's important for that doula to come in and say, no, she said she didn't want vaccinations. She wanted to keep her placenta. She didn't want any medication. It's certain things like that. Like, people may feel like it's not serious, but no, statistics, the numbers prove that women have better birth outcomes with the company of a doula. So they don't really sometimes like us. The nurses sometimes when I was in Atlanta, it's different. The nurses loved us because they knew they didn't have to work.
Right,
You know,
that's
they
what I was about
wasn't
to
gonna
say.
be
Is the nurses, the nurses probably like, I got this. You like, no, I got this. Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's where the battle is in there. And did I hear you say? I just want to be clear. Did I hear you say that foreskin be used for like lotion and
It can be used for skin creams.
That's cut off from babies, come off from
so
males.
dick skin,
Yeah.
like extra dick skin, you can rub it in your face. And Tay, what we talking about? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you take the extra dick skin and you rub it in a lotion, and it's a facial cream. All right, that's interesting.
I mean, it's also said that just like aborted fetuses are in the popular foods that we eat and drink.
What?
Yeah, you can look this up. I'm not just making this up. Google.
Okay.
Yeah,
I learned a lot.
they're using that in popular drinks and foods.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they calling it something else?
Right.
Natural
like
flavors.
eggs. Like what the
Natural
I need to
flavor.
know what food natural flavoring, bro. You gotta watch. They got natural flavoring. Like I don't want none of that natural. Nothing.
It's just about
This
everything.
is like really like eye opening too. It's because
Yeah.
like
No pun intended.
yeah, because I know after my wife after we had our daughter, the lady was like had a little bucket and she was like, do you want to see the placenta? And I was like, yeah. And then she just came over the little bucket and swirling it around and like moving around, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool. And then in the back of my mind, I was like, we should keep that. But I never said nothing to the doctor.
And if you
but
had
I was
a
like,
doula, you would have been educated on that.
but here's
See?
the thing. In the back of my mind, I said we should keep it, but I didn't know why that I should keep it or what. Once I got it, I was like, okay, now I got this shit in my house. What am I doing with it? You know what I mean?
Some people do, do ingest it. They feel like, you're putting the hormones and stuff back in your body. Some people bury it under a tree, and it's nutrients. It actually gives nutrients to the earth. Some people do, what I've done is a lotus birth where you keep the cord attached. And so it detaches naturally on its own. So there's different spiritual and cultural reasons of why people do that. And some people feel like it's like a twin, because it kept the baby alive. So there's kind of like deeper meanings and things, that happen to it. But some people like, it's mine. I just want it because I know that they're going to make like a lot of money off of it.
Okay. Now, how did you get into this? How did you start even delving into becoming a doula?
Well, I've never been into the whole motherly thing, none of that. It wasn't until I had my first baby in 2008. I was obsessed with pregnancy, so I was studying all of these books and everything, and so I did have a white midwife at one time, and she said that I should, because I was going through a lot. She said that I should get a doula. But I knew that doula was going to be white, and I did not want a white woman to be that close to you because a doula is very close to you. It's like we're their best friends. We're just they tell us so many things. I didn't want a white woman to be that close to me because I felt like she couldn't really understand, me being a black woman and all that stuff. So I didn't get one. I ended up moving anyway to a new state, and I ended up being in the hospital by myself. So I had a vaginal birth, but I was in there by myself, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be good, but I should have never been in there by myself. Because they ended up, I wasn't treated good. I vomited, and the doctor kind of argued with me for vomiting, and every woman knows that's one of the symptoms of labor. It's like a cleaning out, you vomit. And so she kind of got an attitude with me for that. They just stuck me in the room, and I was just screaming, and I wanted to go natural, but I was like, no, give me the epidural. And then she said, well, I'm not dilating, so she's just gonna leave me in here. And they always say, okay, your first birth, it takes so long, but my first birth was 4 hours because I did a whole lot of other stuff, where I was telling my baby, look, we are not about to, you need to come on. So I'm screaming, then she comes in, check me, and immediately I go from no dilation to 8, and then so they rushed me to the other room, and I'm like, okay, give me the epidural. They gave me the epidural, and I heard the doctor say, you shouldn't give her the epidural. because the baby is pretty much already here. Got the epidural, and I'm telling the man I still can feel this.
Yeah.
And so when you get the epidural, you can't feel. So at that point, they're telling you when to push. And then when they told me to push, then I tore. Then, you know, I had to get stitched up, all of that. They as soon as my baby came out, they just put my baby to the side. I was like, can I have my baby? I had my baby, and I was like, I'm breastfeeding. They still gave my baby formula. They took my baby because I needed some so-called rest. And I didn't like that. Then it was just a lot of things that I didn't like. So the second time I did it unassisted at home with just me and my husband. And I didn't tear, and I didn't have any complications.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Because I did hear that when... I don't know. Cause I'm trying to think. I did hear that when hospitals... Dang, I lost my train of thought that fast. Because I'm thinking about my own birth. I'm thinking about my own, when I was in the hospital, it was like I didn't want my baby to go out my sight. You know what I mean?
And you have that right. And I've heard of people, even when they get a circumcised, they still, you can still be there.
Yeah, I'm like.
And you don't have to get vaccinated.
I was there for my son got circumcised. I had to see that.
Wow.
He was a G, though.
Yeah.
You know, he was a G. His mama, actually, we had a conversation at the time, and she was just like, well, are you really going to do it? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We on the way.
Yeah.
My man can't be pulling up with the sleeve at 20, bro.
Yeah.
We going to go in here, handle this, we be right back. And before he knew it, it was over. He just kind of, it was over.
Yeah.
Right? But that changed his life.
Yeah.
Right? Can you imagine him walking around with the sleeve, bro,
Yeah.
in the 2020 pandemic, COVID, coronavirus?
How old is your son? How old is he?
He's 7, bro.
Oh,
This cat's out here in this pandemic, bro.
With the sleeve.
Uncircumcised, bro. High with the sleeve, man. But anyway, yeah. So I was there. I went right in there with him and shit. I had to do it.
Dang.
Had to do it.
Did y'all get a doula? Or you was just...
Nigga, I was the doula, bro. What you mean? Get back. All y'all niggas get up out of here. You want some pears? You want some more peaches? Get back. You got a fart? Fart. Y'all get out of here. She got a fart, bro. So I was the doula, bro. For real, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, my son crept up on me, man. Like, he just kind of came. You know what I mean? We was there, and then he was actually real smooth, man. So I was there, cut the cord, did the whole thing, man. So it was interesting. So I couldn't imagine at that time somebody, even if it was somebody there, as long as they wasn't trying to be in control.
Yeah.
Like, long as I can move the way I move and double tap when I need you,
Yeah.
then we cool. But if I got to get around you to do this and try, then it's a problem.
Yeah, you
but
in the way.
Yeah. But
Yeah, a good doula is not going to interfere because it's all about you and her.
Okay.
I tell them, I don't even want you to remember me when you think back. I want you to have the birth experience that you want and just remember y'all two. It's about y'all two. I'm not going to be into that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had dads be like, can I hold him? I'm like, you go ahead. Like, you do all the rubbing and all of that. I don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So as a doula, do you prefer when women have their babies at the house versus the hospital?
I prefer out of hospital births because it could be at a
Really?
birthing center. You know they have birthing centers.
No, I
No.
don't.
What-
I
what
never
it-
had a child.
What is
Yeah.
a birthing center?
It's where women who are low risk, they deliver babies in a birthing center. It's set up like it has a bed, a kitchen, and it's a midwife there. And they basically deliver the baby. They could have it in the water, but you can have a water birth in the hospital too. But it's more like a woman gets to birth how she wants to birth. If she want to birth in the shower, she can birth in the shower. She want to be on the floor. If she want to be in the bed, in the tub, she can birth how she wants to birth. And the midwives are more like emotional support too. Like, a midwife is they're good.
Where can you find these birthing centers? Are they just
They're
everywhere?
here. Yeah, they are here. It's about
In
at
the
least
United
about
States?
5. It's about 5 in Texas.
Really?
Like Grand Prairie, few in Dallas, Richardson.
I never even seen.
That's why you gotta have a doula. Doula gives you the education. People don't understand. Even if you don't want us there at the birth at all, we still gonna give you the education to help you, get you the resources so you can have the birth you want to have.
Yeah, cause I never even seen a birthing center.
You just don't know that they're there.
I thought it was. You probably thought it was an abortion center. Like,
Probably.
like you see the little baby pregnant. You're like, is they making babies? Or
Yeah,
taking
they taking
babies. I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure this shit out too, man.
Yeah.
It's dope, doula. Doula.
I'm telling you, I've just never even heard of it. I don't know if I'm the only one that's never heard of it, but it's
common
like
in our community, honestly, because we really don't honor birth. We really look down on birth. Like when it's like, you pregnant again? Why you want to have another baby? You know, that's how it is. So even like the teen pregnancy, well, the teen birth has went down because a lot of women are pushed to have abortions.
The teen birth?
A lot of teens. You remember when we were in school, a lot of girls were getting pregnant. They had to go to a different school. Now, a lot of women, that's where the Planned Parenthood come in.
Right.
A lot of girls are going to get abortions, and then the day after pill is in the stores. And
listen,
condoms
them day after pills was a lifesaver for me
What?
when I was in school.
I've heard of women still being pregnant after taking them.
Really?
Take two and we'll figure this shit. But you know, the crazy part about that is, so do you think that teens that get pregnant should go through with the pregnancy at 16, 15?
You know, that's a personal decision, and I do, because I have also worked with a lot of women who cannot get pregnant now that they're older and have their mate because they had an abortion back when they were young, and it was encouraged either by religious society or their family. Because you don't even know the side effects of having an abortion and even taking the afterbirth pill.
I know the side effects of having a child. Like,
well, we need to know the side effects of preventing it. So, you know, there's some different things. You know, you got to have control.
But I really want to ask you that, though. I want to know that, because you're right. You said to each woman is own, and I believe in pro-choice. I feel like a woman should be able to do what she want to do. I think at 16, and I'm an adult, and I know what happens with life, and if I seen a young 16-year-old girl, it's not so much that I'm promoting death, or it's like, yo, I'm promoting your life. Like, you can, it's so much more. Once you have a kid, you have just gave over
your whole life.
You're in right. You're in slot 2, and at 16. You know, it's a tricky conversation. It's like,
at 16, you shouldn't be having sex.
But it happened, and so what?
That's the truth. But it's because you're not busy doing something else. In
that
16,
ain't true. I used to. Yeah.
Well, did you play sports?
Yeah.
Were you focused on your education?
Yeah,
I was. I know we do have those feelings.
I know, I was. I would play sports, but in between going to the gym and going to out, I was.
Well, then you need to use condoms.
But but I'm saying you're right about all of that when you speak of prevention. But things happen, and at that age, a lot of times dudes are immature, so are women, and so it happens, right? But then it's like, okay, because this moment happened, it's gonna cost you your entire life.
What about if you die after getting an abortion?
Well, we can create a space to make this soft for your point to land. Like, we can create it. We can make the bed real comfortable if you want to for your point to land, which you would still be correct. But I'm just saying, like, that's interesting to tell a 16-year-old, hey, you know how much. Now, I don't even know how old you look like. You could be 24, 25 maybe, but the time is so much life to live. Right, at 16, and you tell a woman have a child because of a mistake. Oh, you should have been protected.
Yeah.
It's a new day and age, and you know that immediately is shut down. What you think about that?
Well, I mean, you have a choice. Every woman has every woman has a choice over her body.
Right.
I just hear the stories of the women who are 30 and 40 who's asking me how can they have a baby. They got one or more abortions when they were 16, and now they have womb issues.
Yeah, it's like articles that you read. You can read that article, or you can read the article of the success story of the girl that.
It's a choice, but if you get an abortion, you definitely need to, do some cleansing and stuff, because, your body is your hormones and stuff is out of whack. You may be having guilt and just all type of feelings later.
See, and when I think about abortions, I don't know why my mind goes strictly to the political side, right? And I know a lot of white people be wanting black teenagers to have abortions, and I'd be like, why y'all so interested in black people having abortions? Like, why y'all start pushing Planned Parenthood on black kids? And it's making me think a little deeper. It's like, yeah, y'all don't really want more black people to come in this world. You know what I mean? So that's just where my mind goes, and then I start thinking
you
like,
are
what's the
really
reason?
smart.
What's
You're
the
really
reason
smart.
behind that? You know what I mean?
Do you know the person who created Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger? Who
I heard
Hillary
about. She was a
Clinton
Democratic. She was Democrat, right?
Hillary Clinton said, there was her idol, and she created Planned Parenthood because she wanted to exterminate the Negro race. So there is a documentary called Ma'afa in the 21st Century, and that explains it all. So there's also women getting sterilized by their, not with consent. And so in that documentary, a woman was saying how she had to get sterilized after she had her child to keep getting the welfare benefits.
She had to get sterilized.
Yeah, she had to get tubes tied or whatever,
in order to keep getting welfare.
Right.
Wow.
And also, the babies are, being sterilized in the hospitals. It's a lot of things that's going on.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Getting on welfare, and then they make you tie your tubes up, because if you on welfare, how are you still having babies? How can you still be having babies if you're on welfare?
Because I ain't doing nothing at the house, and it's only so much TV I can watch before.
Do I sound insensitive?
It's just not being responsible.
Right. Okay. Because I'm like,
not being responsible.
I'm not pro government, but I'm like, okay, well, you got 2 kids, you asking the government for assistance. That's dope. I ain't mad at that if it's there, if you're in a situation. But now you have another kid, and another kid is another kid. It's like, well, wait a minute, though. What type of children are we bringing into society?
You're right.
So we can speak about, we bringing kids into the projects, into poverty, which leads to criminalization of the whole neighborhood. So it's like, you don't have shit. Why are we continuing to have kids and putting them in this environment and expecting for them to, you know what I mean? It happens.
Flourish,
We're already behind the 8 ball in a lot of ways. If you don't have nothing, you know what I'm saying? You came from nothing. Why would you bring another child into nothing? And those are just opinions.
And that's education. You don't got nothing to live for. You trying to keep a man, or having daddy
some women
issues.
I heard get addicted to being pregnant too. Like they just love being pregnant because of the attention they get, the glow of their skin, or whatever the case. I heard like women being addicted to being pregnant. Like they just love being pregnant.
No, because it's always.
But what
a
about
risk.
when you look at Hispanics? Them motherfuckers. I mean, not them motherfuckers, but Hispanics be having like multiple babies, and it's like it's never an issue. And some of them be on the same government assistance programs, but it's like when it comes to black people, we gotta tailor it on. Okay, you can't have more than 2, you can't have more than 3. But Hispanics, they be popping them out like it ain't nothing.
They stick together as a race too, though.
Yeah, they have that support.
They
have
together.
that support. What happens when we get 18? You got to get out. It's not that much. It's not support like that. Like this whole black business thing. We shouldn't have to get killed in the streets for us to feel like now we want to boycott the racist businesses, and now black business support. It's just really, really deep.
Yeah,
the way we have been divided. The black man taken out of the family. We are incarcerated more than anybody else unjustly. And, it starts in the school. It's really racism. I mean,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Man, okay. So if anybody need a doula, or black women needs doulas, how do they even find a doula? How do they even do? Is it something you could just Google and somebody will pop up? Or?
You can Google black doulas in your city. You can ask your midwife. You can just ask around. I mean, there are so many different directories with black doulas. If you look, there's different groups on Facebook with black doulas. If you ask, they are here. There's lots of black doulas around. They end up having jobs because they can't support themselves because we don't get enough clients, and it's not many other races who want to choose us. I mean, they do, but they have their own. They have a really strong doula community. The white community is they're really big. They really cherish birth. We don't really cherish it that much.
Yeah.
Like you like, oh, she having another baby shower. Oh, she pregnant again.
Hey, doula, is that something you can turn into like a business and get
Yes, of course.
And you could have a tax
LLC,
ID and all that.
Hey, we have a provider ID number, like I said, the same as doctors and nurses.
Okay.
It's a real profession.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking like the I guess the tax benefits for having a doula.
Some insurances cover it too.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to check and see. I mean, we ain't having no more kids, so I don't even need to. I'm done. I'm 40 years old. I'm out of here. I got my 3 and then my stepson, and I'm done. So I'm 4 in the game. So I did my part. You know what I mean? I did my part for the black kids out here. How many kids do you have?
2.
You have 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how many you got, Kev?
Just one.
Just one?
Yep.
Okay, man. You gotta unstrap, man.
I'm 42, bro.
Take it off, man.
I'm done. Nah, man, I'm done, man. I'm done. He's 7. What he gonna do with you know what I mean?
That's when I had my 7 years apart.
Yeah,
like that's. I mean, he think about it, but he always, he kind of passed on the phase. If I want a brother, but I know it's in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we're gonna get a dog, bro, and we're gonna go to the league.
It's your choice.
I'm gonna give you a dog, and we're gonna go to the NBA. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
With your life. You can have as many kids as you want.
Yeah.
But right now, my life, because I'm out here in the mix, I'm still running around taking flights and shit, and that was tough. I spent 35 days in Australia, when my son was 3, touring. He went back and did 21 more days in New Zealand. And he remembered that shit. Like, you going out of town this weekend? Yeah. All right, long as you ain't going to Australia. Like, because and those type of things is happening the further I go. I'm never home. Wow. So the last thing I want to do is have a 2-year-old looking around. Yeah. It's like, yo, I done made it through the storm with him. Let's roll, bruh. Yeah. Let's roll, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
How's it? That's all I wanted to, let's switch gears a little bit. How's it been? Because I know all the clubs been shut down.
Right. How's
it been just, I guess, trying to find a stage or find a virtual show? What's that been like, man?
Yo, it's been crazy, man. And like I know being a comedian yourself, that when you out here, man, the stage is everything. It's been 5 months, right? So for me, I did Ali Sadiq. He had the little virtual joint.
Yeah.
I did that, right? And that was right at the beginning of the pandemic. And when I did it, it ain't but one person, and that's Ali. Yeah. So he's the one you hear and you read your comments at the time. So that was a relief. I got that off. It went well. But then after that, I was like, nah. And to be honest with you, man, it's been tough. But this COVID, Corona vampire, whatever you want to call it, pandemic, 2020, all that shit has treated me well, because what it forced me to do, and you can relate to this, what it forced me to do was to use I'm left-handed. It forced me to use my right. You see what I'm saying? Because I was on, it challenged me, because I was on social media. I was doing, but it was social media was like shit. But at the end of the day, I'm on stages. At the time before the pandemic, I was going on stages. Social media was like, okay, I'm gonna get to that too. But once it happened that way, I was forced to use social media. I was forced to figure it out. And so I ended up getting the Zodiac show, which is a show that I do every night at 8:30 Pacific time, and where I'm bringing in people. So what it's allowing me to do is my improv skills. Speaking. I went on stage. We had the improv last night at Arlington, and I'm so used to getting my laughs, reading my laughs over the 5 months. You be reading your shit like, man, that hit. So when you get into a club and feel that shit again, it's dope, but it feels real good. But yeah, it's been a long time, man, and it's been tough. But I just kind of took my focus off the stage and just turned myself into, an interviewer like you doing, man. It's been fun.
Yeah. How was that first time getting back on the stage? What was that feeling like?
Oh shit!
After 5 months.
After 5 months. Look, I'm gonna tell you a little quick thing. I did the Laugh Factory, had a virtual show. They was like, yo, can you come do the Laugh Factory? It's about 2 months ago. I go there, nobody's there, right? They just got you on the stage talking to a camera that's screaming live on Instagram, right? That shit was tough, my nigga. I was forgetting jokes. I pulled up to the club. I'm smoking weed in the car like I got this. Yeah. Man, I'm in the bathroom like, oh shit, I don't remember shit. Yeah. Right? So from that point on, I said, let me just chill until it's time. So, like I said, getting back on stage the first time was crazy, man, because I could hear this shit. I couldn't believe that these people are right here laughing. I could feel it. I could hear it. And it also helped me with my just on stage, just off top shit, because I've been used to going off top, right? So it helped me with that. So it's been fun.
You've been writing a lot of new material
this
time?
Man. Yes. You know what I mean? The whole pandemic. I'm excited about tonight. You know, because it's been going. I had one show, it went cool. Second show was dope. Both of them was really dope.
Yeah.
But so this new shit is working. Everything is new. My old shit, I don't even remember.
You don't remember, yeah.
Not the beats and all that shit. So
yeah.
it's been dope, dog.
How
Great
is
question.
is this the first club you've been in since you started back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did they got the club set up with the social distancing?
Nigga, they got motherfucking they got like hockey.
It's like a hockey glass
They
in
look
front
like-
of the stage?
No,
Oh.
no, that's crazy. No, it's like each table, between each table is a glass or a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
And then that's the first row of people. Then the people in the back got a big glass going across the whole back section. So they sitting behind a glass that's maybe 4 feet high. You know, so it looked like it, but it's all material, bro. It's all material. When you get up there and look at it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, niggas is in penalty boxes. I'm telling you, bro. So it's fun. But when you look at it, you start to think like, damn, is this where we at with it now?
Wow.
So, you know, you had to get the people used to laughing too. Like, yo, y'all can laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we live.
Yeah.
Everybody, we here now.
Yeah.
They were trying to laugh behind their man.
Yeah.
You crazy, man. Move that mask, cuz. Don't do that in here, bro. So you hear a lot of that shit the first 5 minutes. All right, man, unhook that shit and let's go, man. You got it, you got it. It's in the wings, bro. It's in the fucking wings. Come on, man. Real
So they
shit.
still got the glass and the mask
They
on.
got the glass and the mask, and y'all drove together. Like, y'all hold, like, well, who got it, bro? Like, so they talking, okay, so you get used to hearing the laugh like that, and then once they take them off, it's crazy, though, man. But man, it felt so good. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah. Now you still in LA, right?
Yeah.
What's been going on in LA? Cause have they opened up the state? Have they opened up the city?
Man, let me tell you, LA safe as hell.
Really?
LA safe as hell. Nigga, I be taking rides from Inglewood to Northridge twice a day. You know you could never do that when it's traffic, bro. I be coasting through traffic on the phone, rolling blunt on the 405, dog. It's traffic. You can float through there, man. It's nothing going on, man. Like, they really close it down. The stores are open. The malls are closed. Like, you can go get you some. You can go to the grocery stores. But, my nigga, when I pulled up to Dallas Fort Worth Airport, man, these motherfuckers in here ballroom hustling in the goddamn airport. Like, everybody wide open, bro. Everybody wide open out here, and I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm with it, yo. You know, I ain't supposed to be out. They're gonna sit me in the airport when I get back for 14 days, but it's open out here, man. More open than LA. How do y'all?
Is it?
It don't seem like it's open.
Not out here. Not out to me. It don't.
What?
Dude.
It does.
It's people everywhere, dog.
I maybe because I'm just not out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
that's
this is
good.
the extent of my being out. You
Oh,
know
really?
what I'm saying? Yeah,
That's
coming
dope.
here. I just had a newborn, so I gotta be super. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep my moving around to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? So, but you feel like Dallas is open?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, it's
I went to
people
the mall
everywhere.
yesterday.
The mall? You went
I
to the
went
mall?
to the mall.
Man, I need to go to the mall, bro. I need to go to the mall, bro. Because ain't no malls. People are everywhere, dog.
Out here?
Yeah.
Really?
If you have until you go see LA, you're gonna be like, man, you know, people doing their taco shit, but everything is virtual still. They got chocolate sundaes.
Yeah,
virtual.
I've been seeing that. Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Man, yeah.
Damn, I guess I just ain't been moving around.
Good for you though, dog.
I ain't been
It's
moving around.
actually good because of they can't have so many people like in the store and stuff. I saw people in the line at the Gucci store, at Louis Vuitton. I'm like,
Yeah.
But it's
That's still
that's
getting
real.
money.
But it's some places out here that still locked down and don't be fucking around. I was trying to get in the motherfucking CVS over here, and the dude was the guard was telling it was a line, and the guard was telling the dude in front of me, "Hey man, you can't come in here, bro, if you don't got no mask." And my man was so mad, like, my nigga, I'm just trying to go grab whatever you trying to grab. He gonna get so he ain't gonna turn around and he's like, "Fuck man, let me see your mask, my nigga." I'm like, what?
ew.
And they're like, man, let me see your mask. Bro, these niggas wild. And I said, man, I told nobody to like, what? Nigga? Yo, get the fuck out. He said it so fast, I was unhooking my shit.
Yeah,
like, right.
yeah.
Get the fuck back, bro.
I keep them in my purse.
The nerve of this nigga, man. Man, these niggas wilding. Let me see your mask.
Or they'll just get a shirt. I remember this girl was like, you can take your hair wrap off. I was like, but my hair looking bad. I took my hair wrap off.
That's crazy. They tried it though, man.
What y'all think the world is gonna look like when it's fully back to everything open? What do you think it's gonna look like?
Man, I don't know if it's going to. Can we ever go back to that?
No.
Like, think about an NBA game and what that was like. You know what I'm saying? Think about how because everybody's now conscious. 5 months that made everybody conscious. No matter if y'all say it's open or not, motherfuckers going to be like, back up.
Yeah.
Or
back
it could
up.
be a rush, too. You know, like business could be booming because of everybody being in the house so much.
Yeah. The one thing I do like about this whole pandemic is now when I go to the grocery store, white people don't be all up on me, close to me.
Yes.
That's the one thing. It made them niggas get 6 feet where they off of me. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I did like. But I don't know. I think I was talking to my wife about this. I said eventually everybody's just going to get it. It's going to be like the flu.
Or maybe we already had it. Like in December.
I think I did.
You already had it?
In November. Everybody has already been sick.
And I remember it was back in, I think, like February when I was sick, and I get sick for 2-3 days max, and then I got me a whole.
I'm smiling over here. I'm smiling. You what?
I think back in February when I had it, I got sick. I think I was sick for a couple of days. But after that, I usually do my little remedy, you know what I mean? My little soup, my little vapor rub on the chest, pajamas, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm
you
good.
Socks in?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then it was like a week and I was still sniffing. I'm like, what the fuck, man? But it took me probably like 2 weeks, really, when I think about it. It took me like 2 weeks to get rid of my whole little cold. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I ain't never, I feel like my immune system is strong. You know what I'm saying?
They say ginger ale, man. Like,
ginger ale?
Yeah, use some ginger. We put that on every goddamn thing. Put some ginger ale. Like, no, I think I'm burning, man. Post some goddamn burners on there. Put some ginger ale burner. But no, man. Hey, but you know what? I feel like this over 5 months, I'm sure I've had it. Right? I just feel that way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm from the 90s. You know, we did the chicken pox and shit. So if you could do the chicken pox and the measles, that was 2 weeks right there.
Yeah.
And but now, that was the coronavirus back then, and you had to have it.
Yeah.
But now, dog.
Back then, you used to take your kids around other kids that had the chicken pox so that you can get it instead of them getting it and you not be prepared for it. You know what I mean? That was like back in the day. I don't even remember. I guess I had the chicken pox. I guess I did.
It was a rite of passage.
Yeah.
You gonna get the chicken pops and you might get a ringworm this weekend.
Yeah, I remember having ringworm. I remember having ringworm.
I had them in my hair. I had like 4 of them. Wrestling with the homie Kali from the hood. We knew this nigga grabbed me. We wrestling, nigga. My head looked like a damn strawberry patch. And you know in the 90s, niggas was like, bruh, roasted me, bro. That's crazy. Highly contagious. Shit. Chicken pops and ringworms.
Yeah.
It's highly contagious. And you knew you had it. Nigga, bumps in circles, bro. But anyway.
I used to be like, oh, this thing got a ringworm.
You got a ring, and we don't care, bro. You feel me? Hey, they was the worst. We don't care, man. We like, what's that on your neck?
Yeah.
Come here.
The whole hood looking at your ringworm.
Fact.
Oh, shit.
So this coronavirus, man, I felt like we built for it. I do think I take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? I take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? But shit, man, the beat goes on. I'm in Texas, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it's going to look like for me moving around. You know what I mean? Because I'm not like, at my job, ain't nobody back in the office. And I don't know how long it's going to be where they not in the office. You know what I mean? I'm thinking 2021 is when people really gonna start coming out. Like when it start getting around Christmas time, they gonna open it back up because they want that money. You know what I mean? They want people to spend that bread.
Election time.
See, I don't know about. I don't.
You still don't think?
Nah, because it's like. Yeah, I don't know about election time. I think the election. I know in Texas. Let me speak for Texas. In Texas, I feel like they're gonna open up the polls. And they're going to let people come in. They just going to have a strict protocol on social distancing. And because, Texas is a red state. So they're not going to play with the polls and all that in Texas. Now, when it comes to California, it's gonna be a lot of bullshit going on.
Whole lot.
It's gonna be a lot of bullshit going on.
There's too much money involved, man.
Yeah. So California may still be shut down. Texas, they gonna have it open. They gonna let you go to a school, post office, church, wherever you need to go to vote. But California, that shit's gonna be shut down. It's gonna be closed. That's what I think. Me personally.
Yeah, they got to. They're gonna be the last ones to open up, I believe. It's too much on the line. You got too much money, too many people with money, too much going on. So I'm ready for it to open up, man. You know, I'm just ready for it. But I will travel to the States and get it in.
What's the airport like?
Empty, dog.
It's empty too?
Listen, so hold on. Let me just keep it a buck. When I came here, you know, it was I didn't have to wait. It might be 3 people in front of me, but you know how LAS can get.
Mm-hmm.
As you go through things, man, the clear people over there mad as hell. They still gotta come to work. The clear people, and ain't nobody using them niggas. They still gotta show up. They can't get unemployment. They can't get the stimulus check, and they still gotta show up for their $13 an hour, and it's empty in LAX.
God.
But like I said, I touched down in Texas. It was lit. They had a bitch doing mariachi in the damn hallway. Like, how you get your job back, bitch? How did you get your job? How they figure you was essential, bitch? But she was back, bro, doing the little one shit. So, you know, it's dope, man.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah. How does the pandemic, how has it affected you and being a doula?
I'm actually training doulas.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, I've been doing it
Get
online.
money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Online?
My business actually got really good
Really?
because I had to do things online. I also sell like products and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just been doing everything online, going to the post office, home, bank, post office.
What kind
home,
of products do you sell?
You know, have you heard of the waist beads?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I sell.
Get money.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
get them from Ghana and I make them.
Really?
Yeah, because
Are you Ghanaian?
no, I'm married to a Ghanaian. I'm from Oak Cliff.
Oh, okay.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yes.
That is hilarious.
Okay.
Hey, shout out my girl Precious off Oak Cliff.
Yeah,
Hey, shit.
Precious.
Oak Cliff. Hey, that's funny though. I thought, you know, because I saw the garb and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, she
But
bought
I've
her
been
shit.
told that all my life.
Really?
Yeah.
That you have a African flavor?
Yeah.
Not, yeah, I thought that, but like if you'd have had on like maybe different clothes, I wouldn't have maybe
Still,
assumed
even
it.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in school. I've always been. My
Have you
sister
been to
gets
Ghana?
that too. Yeah.
You been to Ghana? I want to go so bad.
Africa's dope, man.
I want to go so bad.
It'll change your mindset when people say that we are not African. Like when I was over there, I felt like I saw all of my cousins, like everybody I went to school with. It's people that look just like everybody in here, all different skin colors.
Yeah.
Over there, I mean, we look just like those people. It's amazing. They kept coming to me, of course, talking to me and stuff. And my husband had to tell him, well, she don't really know the language.
Yeah. What they speak
look
over there?
just-
Igbo?
Tree, Guy, font. It's a couple of different languages.
Man, I want to go
Tree
over
is
there
the
so
main
bad.
language.
I went to Soweto, you know, spent time in Soweto, and that's like a big.
Where's Soweto?
Soweto is in not Cape Town, Johannesburg.
Okay.
Right? So that's where Malcolm Mandela's from.
Yeah.
And so I went and sat on his porches and shit, and really kicked in. And so we went and copped some weed in Soweto. Yeah. And so I sat down and, you know, played the little games. And it's a real poor town, but between I think I spent time in Egypt, and then flew down to Jerusalem for a few days. Then flew down, not Jerusalem, Johannesburg. Then flew down to Cape Town. And what you see is in Cape Town, dog, it's so many people. It's so many, and this was the time they was having a person. So many Africans, so many people in the middle of the street. I got hit by a car 4 times, bro. They just
The traffic is horrible.
You just keep getting hit,
A lot
but
of
it's
people
so
get-
slow. You're like, man, it's like a nigga stepping on your shoes, but this is a whole vehicle. Like, man, we don't get this whole ass car because it's that many people in the street, and they party, they dance. When they see somebody like me, they like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right? So Africa's different, man. Africa's a place to see, man, for real.
Man, I want to go.
It's like you're not afraid over there. Because over here, it's like I'm scared of the police. You know, it's.
I was scared of some of them niggas, man.
Yeah, I
In all alleys.
Yeah.
Not that they were threatened, but it was just, they were in their element.
Yeah.
They do things I've never seen, like
Yeah.
go places and be in the middle of the night out with no shoes. Now, y'all think I'm joking and being funny. Downtown, crewed up. 3 people out the crew don't even got on shoes. Nice outfit, no shoes. Dudes. So
Wow.
I'm like, this is different. So they're in their element, and I respect people, when they're in their element.
Wow. That's crazy. I'm like, yo, man,
What the fuck?
Where your shoes?
But about to fight and everything.
Yeah, with no shoes on.
Yes, man. But that's a good way
How
to
was
pull
the
up.
food?
The food was good, I guess, but I'm not really a foodie. So I'm looking for the Subway.
I
I'm
love
looking for the.
Oh, really?
I'm not one like that,
The traditional food would be so good. Even like the fruit.
I've had some of it, but again, I don't play with food. Like I said, being over in Australia and all that, my nigga, they got these things called meat pies, and I just wouldn't eat one. Where's the Subway? Where's the McDonald's?
Where the shit I know?
Where the shit I know? I can't play.
Yeah.
And so when I finally tasted a meat pie, I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? That might have been. Did I insult somebody when I did this? I think I might insult. If I did, I'm a comedian. But no, man. Yeah, I'm not a big foodie though. I don't play around with trying food and all type of noodles and shit.
When I go out of town or go out of the country, I try a little bit.
You with it?
Yeah, a little bit. But I don't try to go too deep. I take a little taste because the one thing I don't want to get sick and you that far away from home
Oh,
or
my God.
you know what I mean. That's the one thing you do not want to be.
You gotta
sick.
go to them doctors. You gotta act like this shit dead all the way.
Yeah.
Finish killing this motherfucker and I eat
That's
it.
gonna protect you though. That's gonna let you know, hey, you can eat this, you can't eat that.
Yeah, because I remember
A doula, put a doula, put a travel with a doula. Oh, okay. I was about to say, like a local doula. Like, yo, don't eat that shit. I'm just.
I need a doula like for everyday life. Like that's what I need. Just somebody. You know what? I want to have. I'm gonna get somebody in here. Yeah, that's a conversation for another.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk about polygamy. Like, I really want to ask somebody: will polygamy save the black community? You know what I mean?
If the man is going to provide.
If they're gonna provide, then
What?
it'll yeah.
Financially.
That's nothing. I'm just letting you know. I'm just saying. You're right. You make a good point. Dog, don't be trying to have 2 wives, bro. You ain't got no money. So I understand that. But for a man that has money, there are plenty of men that have money that feel like, oh, so that's all it take?
I met a lot of polygamists and people, I'm talking about in America, people who have done it like in different cultures and stuff. The children that raised up in that, they usually don't like it because like
The children don't.
no, because the wives they feel like the wives treat certain children a certain way. The man may love one more than the other. They kind of feel like there's resentment. There's resentment usually. It has to be done a certain way. I feel like I dated a guy who they actually lived in the same house.
Who's they?
The, the wives, both of the
Really?
wives. Yeah.
While
And
you
that's
was
the
dating
same
them?
house. Yeah, he tried to lie to me though.
Ooh,
It
let's
said
talk
that was
about
his
it,
aunt.
Oh.
Oh, nigga.
And then my
gotta come
friend
clean.
who knew ended up saying, "Oh, did you meet his wife?" And I said, "Yeah." He was like, "That was his." I said, "Wait a minute, is that your dad's sister? Because they seem pretty close. Like, is that your How is that your?" But that was actually the second wife. The first wife was handicapped.
Handicap.
Yeah, she was in a wheelchair.
Oh, shit.
I ain't trying to get no handicap.
Nah, we're gonna do
She
the
was, the
polygamy
one,
thing.
she was the one
You
who
need
had
to be
all
full
the
body.
children.
You need to have a full
She
working
was
body.
the one who had all the children. Then he
Yeah.
got the other one, slimmer, young. Well, no, she was still of the age, but he could take her around. But the other one just, stayed with him. I think they had like 10 children.
See, here's what I see when I think about my little polygamous fantasy. Right? It's me working. Right? My first wife working. The third wife is at home taking care of the children.
So you're going to have 3.
No, it's me and 2 women. Okay,
Third-
well,
the
second
third
wife.
party, the third party.
Second wife. I'm sorry. It's for my first wife and my second wife. That's how I see it. Is the me and the first wife, we working, we're the career providers. The third wife is taking care of the children, homeschooling, doing that whole thing. And it's like, hey man, we're a whole family, and when we all come together, it's all love.
And y'all going to live in the same house?
Yes. A nanny? No.
Men usually marry the nanny after the wife dies.
That's what I'm saying. It's like no, but my wife is from Forbes. She ain't playing it. She like, you bring up another bitch in here you want to. she ain't playing it. But in my head, that's how I see it playing out. Where it's like everybody has a role, everybody's taking care of everybody, so everybody needs is getting met, and our children are being loved on every single day by somebody that's in our house. You know what I mean? Versus sending them out to a school, to a teacher that really just here probably for a check. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? Or they got too many kids to really show my child that full attention. That's how I see it. You know what I mean?
I had a friend in Nigeria who said that it'll never work with American people because of our mindset.
Yep.
And I had considered it at one time, but he was still acting like he was cheating. I was like, why you won't introduce me to her if it's okay?
So let me ask you, in a polygamous relationship, should the women get down with each other?
No.
Okay. I just was asking.
That's something else.
No, it is, but I was just asking because that's the interesting
What is
thing.
it?
Because that's called like a
polyamorous.
I was about to say a train, but menage, but we can call it a poly train, whatever you want to call it. I feel like that's where the problem comes in sometimes. It's like the sex part, right? If one of the women got to be willing to say she's not here for the sex, it's one woman that can't be there for the sex. Because if they both there for the sex, I believe, and I could be right, I believe that it's going to become an issue when you knocking her down more than you knocking her down, and it's going to be an issue for you because now I did it to you yesterday. We don't come in here. Nah. So at some point, where you at while I'm making love to her? Washing dishes.
In the room.
I'm not.
I'm freakier than that.
Yeah.
I'm freakier than that. You can at least sit right there. You ain't got to do nothing, but you got to watch. Like, you can't just be in the house.
Watch. That means that she's bisexual. You want a bisexual woman in.
You watch porn?
No, I don't.
Okay. That don't make you bisexual if you watch porn. Or no. I think I'm right about that, too.
And I talked to a sexologist in here. She said, if you don't come as a woman or man, if you don't come from performing oral, then you haven't lived. Shout out to Miss Goody.
If you don't come from,
if you don't orgasm from giving oral sex,
men or women,
men and women, both. She said both. If you don't orgasm from it, then you haven't lived a complete life. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that way, the girl, she don't have to touch the other girl in my polygamous fantasy. But everybody can be performing oral sex on everybody, and everybody will, if they on that type, if they living by Miss Goody rules, everybody should be able to satisfy.
No, you're right.
Every woman don't want another woman.
Absolutely. Once you marry a woman,
no, because I seen
a threesome make them gay because we not gonna have no other dude in there. So it don't make them. First of all, it doesn't make you gay, but it is a gay act.
What
I'm saying is, like, right, we don't think about that sometimes, right? When we want our threesomes and shit. I'm just throwing this across the table. Okay. We want a threesome, right? And we don't want two men, we want two women, as it should be, because if it's two men, it's a train. But if it's two women, now it's like, okay, you know, you don't want to be in the room. You know what I'm saying? They get, I don't know, man.
You know, say what you're saying, man. Say what you saying.
I'm just saying in a threesome, dog, women are forced. That is a homosexual act for a woman to give oral pleasure to another woman, right? And even though we may accept it, we still asking a woman to perform a homosexual act, right? And that's what we can't assume that all women want to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I gonna ask? Yeah. You might not have to eat nothing, but you're going to hold something.
But what about it? You're
going to stand right here.
I lived in Atlanta, so I am very familiar with all of that stuff. And,
Right.
I mean, swinging is big. Like, it's off the chain in Atlanta.
See, swinging and polynamy is...
all of that open, fluid, all of that stuff is there. But what if you...
Damn, I wish I could find this picture I want to show you.
It's been women that take the other man's woman. What about that?
It's been women that takes the other man women.
I mean, yeah, you saying you want two women, but what about when the women are saying we don't want you?
Well, I came up short somewhere. Something I did was
all.
wrong. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something I did wasn't wrong.
Oh, you saying like men be trying to get with the other chick?
No, the women the
women be tired
girl
of
take
it.
your girl.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, That's
See?
possible.
See?
But only way a woman can take your girl is if you handling your woman mentally, along with the physical. It's gonna be tough for a woman to penetrate that. No pun intended.
And even open marriage, open relationships, sometimes it don't end up right because that when you try something else, it's like
it's
I'd
open. It's on the
rather go-
menu.
Yeah. This is a deep conversation. This is like when I'm gonna try to get somebody that's in that community to come in and share some knowledge with us.
Yeah.
Cause I'm curious to know. So yeah, man. Thank y'all for how can people get a hold of you if they want to either learn how to be a doula or request some of your services?
My website is craftswoman.com. That's craftswombman.com. You can text me at 214-659-1724. You follow me on Instagram at craftswoman, like my page on Facebook, the Pregnancy and Womb Wellness Center.
Okay, thank you for that. And Kev, I know that you got the Zodiac show popping. Was it every night, 8:30?
Yes. Zodiac show every night, 8:30. No place I'd rather be. Right on my IG Live. Make sure y'all tune in topics like this and all sorts of topics. So we doing that every night. Make sure y'all follow my YouTube channel. I'm streaming live this interview right now on YouTube. YouTube channel Kevin Tate. Instagram Kevin Tate is. Facebook fan page Kevin Tate. And Cash App Kevin Tate is, man.
Yes, it is. That's what it is. Yo, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Yo, this has been the Tap In Podcast. Holla.
Peace.